Chair, Chair, can I just put in a question? I would have to leave for another meeting for 6:30, if that's all right, yeah?
That's all right. That's okay.
Thank you.
Right. Welcome, everybody, to today's meeting.
Can't hear you, Ruth.
Right. I'm not muted. Can you hear me now?
Fine.
Can everybody hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So, to start off with, are there any apologies?
Yes, Chair. We have apologies for Hardy Old Dillon, Rachel Snowden Paul, and Lucy Kerr has a substitute tonight, which is Alan Barker. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So, the next item is late items to be introduced by the chair. There aren't any. So we'll move on to, does anybody have any declarations of interest to declare? Moving on then to item 4 is the minutes of the last meeting, which was the 26th of January this year, and any matters arising. So has everybody read the minutes, and does anyone have any matters to raise, matters arising? Right, I will take that as a no, that everybody has, there isn't any matters arising. So we can actually also approve the minutes, if that's all right with everybody.
Yep.
Yes, that's fine.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so we'll then move on to item 5, which is Journeys of Destiny Award. Steve Ford is going to take that item. Steve.
Thank you, Chair. This is just to let you know, and some of you who were present at the time will remember that Ava Hunt came and gave a presentation about Journey of Destiny, which was about the journey undertaken by a young Syrian refugee. And that piece of drama toured a number of schools, and I think in Derby City and certainly in Derbyshire, looking for Year 6 pupils to be involved. And I'm delighted to be able to tell you that that project won the National Council for Voluntary Organisations Children and Young People's Arts and Culture Award 2020. Funding has subsequently been secured for further work, and I suggest, and I've spoken to Ava in the last couple of days, I suggest as soon as we are genuinely live again, we invite Ava back to talk to us both about the award, but also in more detail about her future plans and the plans for this particular project, because it may remain relevant to ourselves.
Well, that is excellent news. So no doubt you've passed on our congratulations.
I did indeed. I did
Yeah.
indeed, and said we would be very interested in learning more.
Yes, I think it's a very good idea as well to invite her back when we actually can get round a real table together. That would be good.
Indeed. Chair, can we formally pass on our congratulations in the minutes as well?
Yes, I think that would be a good idea. Does everyone else agree?
Yep. Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. With that, we'll move on then to item 6, which is implementation of the Equalities Act in the post-pandemic world. Is that you as well, Steve? I think taking that item.
It is indeed. As many of you will know, there is an expectation that all public service organisations will articulate, including schools and local authorities, will articulate how they are meeting their responsibilities. To reduce inequalities within their organisations, and B, the ways in which they foster good relations. And there has been a recent Runnymede Trust a report called Facts Don't Lie, which was published in February 2021, which said the failure of successive governments to enact part of the Equality Act, which would have imposed a duty to address socio-economic disadvantage, has exacerbated inequalities during the pandemic. It may well be an opportunity, again, when we're live together, for us to revisit and look at the value of the Equality Act and perhaps provide some additional support to schools about the ways in which they can, on their website, articulate what the Equality Act means to them, and more importantly, what their published equality objectives for the academic year should be. And that will vary from school to school. For some, it might be about fostering good relations. For others, it might be about the way in which different groups participate in different activities across the school. But it's very clear from Ofsted that they will be looking at ways in which schools meet their responsibilities. And I think the fostering good relations, I think if they had an objective, for example, that said we will implement the new agreed syllabus with its emphasis upon respecting and appreciating and understanding different religious viewpoints and worldviews, that may well be a suitable equality objective for schools. But I think we need to encourage schools to be explicit about what they're doing rather than implicit. So I'm suggesting that we consider the Equality Act when we are able to meet in and discuss it in greater detail as a mechanism for furthering issues connected to equality and our attempts to reduce discrimination. Thank you, Chair.
Right, yes. Does anyone have any comments or questions for Steve?
No, I think, Ruth, can I come in?
Yes, Councillor Carr.
Yeah, I think what is been suggested, I think that should happen, and we should sort of bring it back when everything reopens and all that, and equality in schools and everything that and religious beliefs, what is just highlighted. I think that should be looked into.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
Oh.
No? Right. Can we then agree to what Steve has suggested?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
Okay then, that's agreed. We'll then move on to item 7, which is a course and conference programme for RE 2021 to 22. I presume that's Steve again.
It is me again. Which I'm only sorry I couldn't connect with you and see you. It feels like a strange experience. But clearly we have successfully launched our new agreed syllabus for religious education. Our partnership with RE today has been extremely successful, and our evaluations have been extremely positive. And traditionally what we do is every 5 years we revise the agreed syllabus. And when we do that, we have an extensive course and conference program for 1 year, because it's very popular and people want to join us and find out what it's about and implement the agreed syllabus. But it seems to me that we should be more ambitious this time around in the post-COVID world, and perhaps say, okay, if you've implemented your agreed syllabus and you've accessed that initial training, what do you want to do next? So I'm suggesting not immediately, but at an appropriate time, we survey our schools and find out what kind of support and training would help them post implementation of our agreed syllabus.
Right. Does anyone wish to make a comment?
Hi, this is Zoe Higgins.
Hello, yes.
Hi, yeah, I think that would be really useful. I'm a teacher and RE coordinator, and I think, yeah, there definitely sometimes feels a bit of a gap. You sort of start off with it, and then it could do with something sort of in between. So I think that would be really good. And survey schools would, you know, mean that we actually have the training that would be of use to us, which obviously is a bit, you know, an investment to have training. So you want it to be what you need rather than what people might think you need. You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly. We want to be getting training that's actually going to meet the needs of people. So,
Yeah.
and particularly as well with lockdowns and potentially difficulties with face-to-face training. I think it's very important that we find out exactly how teaching staff wish to be supported by us with the syllabus. Does anyone else have any comments or questions for Steve on this? Everybody happy?
Yep.
Yes, very
Good.
Yeah, sounds good. Yep, definitely.
right. So with that, was there anything we needed to agree, Steve, with regard to that?
I think what I propose is, clearly it's not appropriate to survey schools at the moment. They, you know, the bottom line is, well, let's acknowledge this first of all. Let's acknowledge the amazing efforts of colleagues and the resilience of colleagues in schools, because I think it has been an amazing year for them, and I think we should, as a SACRE, formally acknowledge that.
Yes.
But this is not the time, I don't think.
Yes, I do agree.
Surveying them.
Yep.
Right, so we will do a survey at some point in the fairly near future.
Yes.
A few months or so, to find out how people are getting on with the new syllabus.
Indeed.
Right, with that we move to item 8, which is any other business. Does anybody have any other business?
No, nothing.
Nothing from Martin from ASCL, no.
Right,
Okay. Nothing. Anyway, all the best.
right. Nobody else has got any other business?
No.
Giving people time to respond.
No other business from me.
Nothing
No,
from me, Martin
nothing.
Kane, ASCL.
Nothing for me also.
Right, I think that then is the end of the meeting then.
Yep. Anyway,
Thank
wish you all
everyone
the
for their
wish-
participation in this past year and for